Well, good day. Well, this is another boring fishing video. We're gonna go see if we can catch some fish today. Been a little nippy at night, pretty cold last night, but it's supposed to be close to 80 in Quincy today, which is not in this valley here, it's in the next valley over, but that's still, I think where we're going is going to be in the 70, low 70s maybe. That's perfectly warm enough. So hang in there. Hopefully we'll catch a couple fish. You might see them. Well, I told you it was going to be a boring fishing video, and that it is, because we didn't get that motor going. So Mr. Evinrude has an issue, so it's a fuel issue. Pretty sure fuel pump, that's what I'm guessing. So I don't have the materials out here to work on it, so we're heading home. But before we did, we have a stop that we made in a place that I worked at in 1993, which was so many years ago I hate to think about it. And we stopped here to take a look at it. So this place used to have a fire crew here. There was a hand crew that worked out of here too at one point, but they used to have an engine here during the summer, and that's the one I worked on here. And it was a really cool place to work. I was very happy out here. There's all these buildings over here I'll show you, but there's a building up here on the hill that's the barracks, and stayed in the barracks during the week and then went home on the weekends. Well, this was the office, and in the back of the office there was another room. You walked in here, there's a couple of desks here for the engine captain and assistant, and then maybe the FPT worked out of here too. And then in the back there's a little room with a pool table, which was pretty cool. So this was the engine bay, and tools I think were in here, but engine was parked in there.
Just take a picture.
On the other side of the engine bay, there's a little shed out there. It had a generator in it. That's what ran the power. That's where the power came from out here. It was a big old generator. It had to have, as I recall, I think we did daily maintenance on it. It was pretty important to keep this place running because it fed all these buildings with electricity. This is the back door of the office, and that pool table is right inside. There's a room in there, and the pool table is out. Anyway, this is a party spot here. When we had a party, we did have one party that I remember. I'll put a couple of pictures up of it. And then we had like a frisbee golf course out here, out in the meadow. It was pretty cool. And then you got your obligatory horseshoe pit. Over here, there was a couple more buildings. This building, I think, was a shower room. It says gym on it, and I don't know, somebody wrote on the boards they put up. And then this one was cabin, front door. There was a guy that was staying in this cabin, named Craig. He was staying here during the time I was working out here, and I was up at the barracks back up in there, which were brand new at the time, and they were pretty good, pretty nice. Two buildings here, barracks. I didn't remember there being two buildings, but obviously there is. So, and they were both, the one on the right I know was the one I stayed in, but it was almost brand new in '93. So this one looks like the same age, so I'm thinking they're probably both here. I just don't recall. I mean, 93, that's over 30 years ago. I mean, 1993. We were up there at the barracks looking around, and I looked down here, and this little road, I saw this road when we walked up there, but I forgot that, pretty sure there's a boneyard down here at the end of this. Forest Service always has boneyards. So We're going to take a walk down there and take a look at it. So here's the boneyard. I don't know if I remember that. That's a trailer. I don't think I remember that from years ago. It may have been here. I didn't spend a lot of time in the boneyard, but this is what they've got down here. Some cattle guards. Just some junk. Stuff that the Forest Service needs to stay in business. Well, that was my old station I used to work at. Pretty good trip down memory lane there. So, going down the road. Well, we stopped at a spot we know of, we've been to before, to have lunch, right? Mm-hmm. And just sit here in the sun. Mo's doing his dog thing, sniffing stuff, finding things that he thinks he needs to eat. Boy, that was hard to get out. So anyway, sitting here enjoying the smells and the sounds, and then we're heading down the road, head home, so I can start working on my boat. See what's wrong with it. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you stayed here that long.